She's back with insurance. Okay.
Okay, we should. Can you all hear me?
We can.
Okay, let me just grab my presentation here, and I should be good to go. Oh, if I wasn't up before, I'm up now.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. We're just we're about ready to get started in a minute or two. Perhaps some of this weather has affected some of the technology that's going on. All right. All right. So ready to get going, Alex?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Joseph Sanchez. I'm the president of Black Chamber of Commerce. Gives me that pleasure to welcome you here this afternoon for our Wednesday Wisdom session. This is our virtual session that we do at least once a month, sometimes twice a month, to provide you, our members and future members, with some helpful information about what's happening around our county, and hopefully give you some pointers and tips that's going to be helpful to you professionally with your business or at your job. So today I just want to give a couple of housekeeping rules, so we just keep things in order. So we just asked everyone to just mute yourself throughout the presentation, and we have some time for question and answers a little bit later on once we get to the presentation. We really do appreciate it when you put your camera on so we can see your pretty faces. So we know that you are engaged and that we're talking to the right people as well. We do ask you to, if you scroll, you see there's a reactions down at the bottom. You can click on that and you can raise your hand if you have something that you'd like to ask when we get to the question and answers. But also feel free to use the chat feature down on the bottom. Most of us are pretty familiar with Zoom by this time, so there's an opportunity for you to ask your questions or submit a comment or put your contact information. Matter of fact, we'd love for you if you want to just introduce your business. Hopefully, we have some time to chat a little bit later as well. But if you want to put a link to your, you can do that in the chat as well. So that's just housekeeping stuff. But again, I just want to welcome you to our event this afternoon, and I hope that you get a lot of good information out of this. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to our president-elect, Miss Keely Gideon Taylor, and she's going to introduce our sponsor and our speaker. Keely.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, everybody. Again, my name is Keely Gideon Taylor. I am president-elect, but I'm also chair of resource development and corporate partnerships. We have some great sponsors and corporate partners, which I recruit. And I'm proud to introduce the Cultural Council for Palm Beach County, who is sponsoring our Wednesday Wisdom today. So the Cultural Council is the only organization solely dedicated to supporting arts and culture in Palm Beach County. Palm Beach is known as Florida's cultural capital and America's first resort. So you all live and work here, so you know that we are filled with inspiring arts and culture spanning the world. We have first-class museums, stunning streetscapes, and I'm sure that you've seen some of our great iconic districts. So today, I'm proud to introduce Alexandra Alfred, who is the Director of Community Engagement for the Cultural Council. She's going to be presenting to us today. Today's topic is creating access for all through arts and cultural. Discover the transformative power that arts and culture in our community has. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Alex.
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction, Keely. I see some familiar faces on this call, and I'm really happy you're all joining me. Allow me to just share my screen because I've prepared a presentation for you. All right, let's hope this goes well this time. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so I'm Alex Alfred. I am the Director of Community Engagement with the Cultural Council for Palm Beach County, and today I'll just be touching on how we're creating access for all through arts and culture. I've been with the Cultural Council for a little under a year. I'm at 10 months now, and I, have really enjoyed the programming that we've been able to provide to the sector. So here we go. Our mission and vision is essentially, if you've ever been in our building or experienced any of our programming, our executive, our CEO, Dave Lawrence, would say we are a chamber for professional artists and cultural organizations, and we support our professional artists and organizations through professional development, through calls for artists to get work, and through funding opportunities. Another major part of how we support the sector is through advocacy, which is something that's often unseen but makes significant impact within our county as it relates to arts and culture. And so we believe that everyone has something to contribute as it pertains to arts and culture. And so we have a commitment to the sector, which you can kind of view as our equity statement, where we are committed to being an inclusive organization with cultural equity at our core. And we look to celebrate and serve all communities throughout the arts in Palm Beach County. And we do that in a number of ways, which I'll touch on later on in this presentation. I'm going to share a short video with you. Some may have seen it and some not, but this kind of wraps up what we do.
Arts and culture open our minds to new ways of thinking and new ways of doing. They help us imagine a better tomorrow. That's our mission too. We're the Cultural Council for Palm Beach County. We work to expand minds and inspire community through service. And for us, that means service to all members of our community. We mentor artists and connect them to opportunities. We help cultural organizations reach new audiences. We guide residents and visitors across the rich cultural landscape of the Palm Beaches. We are both a steward and a source for funding, and we provide programming and support for teachers. Our ultimate goal? Make culture a part of everyday life for everybody. Please join us. Become a member, make a donation. Visit palmbeachculture.com or drop by our headquarters in Lake Worth Beach. We can't wait to welcome you into our community of art, of culture, of better tomorrows.
Is everyone with me? That was our video that we'll probably have a new one. However, that kind of wraps up how we serve the community here. And so in addition, advocacy, we're making major strides in advocacy, gaining millions of dollars in funding to go back into our sector. We also try and make sure that our exhibitions and our performances are both inclusive and equitable in the way that we do our calls for artists. We give a lot of visibility and promotions through our marketing team to be able to highlight the artists and cultural organizations within our sector. We provide a lot of professional development and capacity building through our ICAs, which is where we have guest speakers and some of our leadership team leading discussion and sharing presentations around how you can improve as an artist, or different tips and tricks of different aspects of your cultural organizations. A major part of what we do is also grant funding. We have a number of grants through Fed Tax and ad valorem and through the county and through the TDC that we provide. This money comes to us, we oversee it, and then we give it back to the sector. And so we hope that folks use us as a resource, and cultural tourism is also a major part of what we do, as far as having people visit Palm Beach County, not stay, but visit, because that adds to the funding that we're able to then pour into the sector. And so throughout the years, we've been very intentional about the programming that we give. And so She, Her, Hers was one of our most recent exhibits, and that featured all women. Being Heard, Being Seen had a focus on the LGBTQ+ community. How Do We Move Forward was an exhibit that happened following the murder of Judge George Floyd, and that was during COVID. We also have our summer jazz series that's happening now, as well as AMBI, which is a program that comes out of our community engagement team. And so our goal is to be very intentional about our partnerships and the programs that we share with everyone in Palm Beach County. Some of our strategic sponsorships have included the Black Chamber of Commerce and the Ascension Awards, and being able to highlight a local artist through that avenue. We've participated in the Palm Beach Pride Parade through Compass, and we're making efforts to head out west. Oftentimes the Glades is forgotten or not highlighted enough. So we were very intentional about trying to support major programming out there as well. And we're also tapping into the creative millennials and Gen Zers of the county through our newest partnership with Flavor Variety Company and their upcoming events. And so we're trying to spread the love. And we're really just trying to have folks know that the Cultural Council is here to serve you. AMBI, which is an acronym for Arts in My Backyard, has been here for a number of years, and we've since transformed that program to be able to partner with community partners of South Florida and their Bridges sites, which serve different communities throughout the county. And through this wonderful arts exposure program, we've been able to give families the gift of experiencing different disciplines of art. And so it's a well-loved program, and we'll actually be having our call to artists probably end of summer, beginning of fall, to get a new round of artists and cultural organizations to be able to get in front of this audience. Part of this, in us supporting our professional artists and cultural organizations, is that the participants get a stipend. So if you're a teaching artist or a cultural org, you get a supply stipend and a stipend for your services of dedicating your time to bringing the love of arts to these families. Other services that we provide, we have an artist critique group that meets every third Thursday of the month. And that's when a bunch of artists get together in our building and they look at a work of art through the artist that is there, and they give meaningful feedback that can help that artist further develop their work. We have our artist directory, which has since quintupled since we developed it, and it is a free service for artists to utilize across any discipline, whether you're a musician or visual artist, a curator, a performer. This is a free source of advertising, I could say, that you can utilize to get your name out there, and people often go to this directory to seek out the services that they're looking to fill. And then we have our calls to artists. So if you're signed up to our artist newsletter, you're able to see all of the new opportunities that are coming out on a monthly basis to stay abreast of new performances, new opportunities to get your work out there. So if you haven't heard about our Yes campaign, it's our year of extraordinary support. And through this campaign, we've received record-breaking funding of around $12.6 million. And that funding is, again, going back into our sector. And through this funding, we're able to come out with some repeating programs as well as some new programs. So we have our Artist Innovation Fellowship that has since grown to support 10 local artists across multiple disciplines. They've been selected, they've been announced. So if you go to our website, you'll see them on there highlighted. And these artists get $7,500 to focus on a project that they've been wanting to do. No strings attached. They do what they need to do with the money, whether it's getting space or paying rent or going on a trip of some sort for inspiration, whatever they want to do with that money, so long as by the end of their project year, they have a project to share with the sector. And so there's more to come with that program, but it's something that we're really proud to be able to bring to professional artists here in Palm Beach County. We have an Emerging Artist Prize that is launching late summer of 2024, where unlike our Artist Innovation Fellowship, we'll be able to support new artists in the field who have, I want to say, less than 7 years of experience in the field. And so that's something to look forward to. We also have our Category C1 grants, which I'll go over in more depth in a later slide, which supports organizations that have at least a $25,000 operating revenue. We've recently wrapped up our Palm Beach County Cultural Capital Fund, which has distributed $3 million in funds for expansions, renovations, and construction costs. And we have our Arts Administrators of Color Fellowship that is launching next month. And so these are all really exciting programs that we're really proud of. We've been very intentional about creating them and filling the gaps within the sector. And so, I mean, it's really something to be proud of, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention a partnership that we have with the DeLuca Foundation, where we're able to further the reach of bringing arts and cultural education to the youth through a field trip program that will enable cultural organizations to kind of alleviate costs so that the youth in Palm Beach County can experience arts as well. And we've just recently wrapped up that program. Category C1 grants. As I've mentioned before, this is funded by the ad valorem tax revenues. And if you are a 501c3 that has at least a $25,000 operating revenue, you could qualify for applying for this grant, which brings arts programming to the sector, especially the children. And so the application for that will be opening soon, very soon. I just can't give the date out, but it will be opening early summer, I can say. And it's a great program. And what community engagement has managed to do is we have our own sponsorship program with a very small budget, but we're looking to create a pipeline of the programming that we support here in the county to kind of push them towards more sustainable funding through grants. And so this is a great opportunity to continue bringing arts and culture to the county. Our Arts Administrators of Color Fellowship, this is a program that's very near and dear to my heart because I have been working on this since I started at the council. And essentially, it's to build a leadership pipeline for BIPOC arts administrators in Palm Beach County. And so what that means is if you're an art administrator, meaning if you work at a cultural organization, this is going to provide you with essential tools to move forward in your career path. And so this program will provide professional development for up to 7 fellows in the county. It will incorporate individual and group mentoring sessions with our CEO and with leaders within the arts sector. There'll be sponsored participation in a national convening. So last year I had the opportunity to go to Chicago and meet art professionals who looked like me and who I could engage with and really experience this, what felt like once in a lifetime, but it's once every year. This experience of just further developing my connections and, reasserting myself and knowing that I have the skills and the capabilities to be in this sector as an administrator. There'll be plenty of networking and team building sessions, as well as private tours of cultural organizations. And so I'm happy to share that applications open July 8th for this program. And I hope that it is shared and that, these fully capable professional individuals take advantage of this program. And this program is privately funded through the Cornelia T. Bailey Foundation. Some of you may have experienced the Arts and Tourism Summit, Access for All. And, just a quick recap of what we were able to do through this summit. We brought nearly 40 speakers to the county from all around the country. We had 7 Palm Beach-based performing arts groups. We had multiple breakout sessions and think tank sessions. We were able to highlight visual artists. We had a small business and minority business fair market. We had 6 ASL interpreters throughout the course of the 2 days. 121 certificates were earned with our partnership with Barry University, and we had a cumulative 500 attendees over the course of those 2 days. And so again, our commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion can be felt and seen within the county. And I only hope that it will grow. And with that being said, as a precursor to the summit, August 22nd, we're going to be bringing back one of our speakers from the summit, and they'll be discussing a term called brandscaping, and how with the defunding of DEI initiatives, how cultural organizations and organizations in the tourism sector can be more creative with our partnerships and how we continue the programming. Another save the date, August 2025, we will be bringing back the Arts and Tourism Summit, and we are well on our way to beginning to plan and convene around that. Some online resources, if you go to our website, whether you are visiting, are an artist, or a cultural organization, there is much to experience in our user-friendly website that will point you in the right direction of whatever it is that you're seeking. We have a new job bank for jobs within cultural organizations in Palm Beach County. And also we have an online events calendar that is for your use. It takes up to 3 business days to populate, but once you submit your event, it's shared on our calendar. And again, we receive a lot of foot traffic, so it's a great resource. And on the subject of being a great resource, whether you're interested in advocacy, our artist directory, our events calendar, this is a good page to screenshot. Our grant opportunities, co-op advertising. We really are a resource for the sector, or anyone that's interested in getting involved in the arts. This is a great starting point. And then contact information. So across our marketing, our grants, artist services, and community engagement, we are available to answer questions, to give feedback, to just be a resource for everyone in Palm Beach County that is in this sector, interested in this sector. So that concludes my presentation. And I'll leave this here. Let me stop sharing. But yes, that is what we do in a nutshell. We're really proud, we're really honored to be able to, bring new funding, bring new programming to the sector. And so I will leave it there.
Wow, Alex, thank you. That was a lot of information but it was great and I learned some new things. I've got a page of notes here. But first of all, I don't see any hands, but we're an intimate group. So before I ask my questions, are there any questions from any of our guests? Yes. David. Hi, David.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Keely, for recognizing. I put a question in the chat. I just love to reiterate it here, saying, how do we sign up to receive notifications of all these wonderful programs? So, Alex, as an artist myself and as someone who is always interested in being more involved, I mean, I also run a museum and I do a lot of other things in the community. So just trying to understand how do we plug in? This is new to me because I'm newer to Palm Beach County.
Okay.
But since being here, I would love to get more information about how to be completely engaged.
I'm so happy you asked that. So you can visit our website, palmbeachculture.com, and it's, like I said, very user-friendly. There is a tab, like when you scroll down, for artists, and it'll show you all things for artists. You mentioned working for a museum or running a museum. That would be considered a cultural organization. So you can click on cultural organization and it will give you all those resources, including grant funding opportunities. I think the best way to stay abreast of all the wonderful things that we're doing and the opportunities for you as an artist and administrator is to sign up for our newsletters. So if you scroll down, you should be able to do that. And if you're having trouble, you can email me. My email has just appeared in the chat. And, there's always someone here to be able to answer your questions or get you added to a newsletter. But I would say the artist newsletters, and Trina, you could probably vouch for that. Like, if you're an artist and you want to know the most up-to-date information around calls around the county, signing up for the newsletter would be the best approach to that.
And so the newsletter is on that palmbeachculture.com.
Yes, yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Awesome. So I see we have a hand from Angelina.
Angelica.
Angelica, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Didn't say Angelica. Hi,
Yeah.
Angelica. Ask your question.
Hi everyone. So I think you kind of indirectly answered my question, but it is this. What falls under the umbrella of art from your company's like standpoint? Because I know you said, you have cultural arts. What I guess is that on the website as well? Like what you guys consider to be like art or
You
art
certainly
programs?
can find it on the website, but so our umbrella of arts, and I might be missing some things, but it could be visual art, it could be film, it could be spoken word, it could be literary arts, it could be music. So all of the avenues that you kind of see as like being a form of art, it's dance. And so AFAR, Artist Innovation Fellowship, kind of does a good job of highlighting that as far as arts across disciplines. So this year, I believe we have about 3 musicians. We have someone in theater. We have quite a few visual artists. And so when we look at art, we don't look at just, the paintings in a gallery or sculptures. We look at every aspect of art, because that is what we're about, where it's not just capturing one form, it's all, because all have something significant to contribute to the sector.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, and that's on the website, right? I can just check there for it.
You can find it on the website. I can't say exactly where on the website it would be, but if you ever have questions about what types of art we support, or you can call the office. We have a small but mighty team here, and so you'll find the answer to your question definitely on our website.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't see any hands or anything in the chat, but I do have a question, Alex. You mentioned the capital campaign of $300 million, or was that 300 that?
3 million.
3 million. Okay, so was that for improvements to your facility,
No.
or was that to support other facilities? I thought that's
Other facilities. So I
awesome.
have some notes here. So it was $3 million in funds for expansions, renovations, and construction costs. So the cultural organizations that were recipients of this fund included the Ann Norton Sculpture Garden, the Boca Raton Museum of Art, Bush Wildlife Sanctuary, the Cox Science Center, FAU's Wallach Holocaust and Jewish Studies Building, the Kravis Center, Maltz Jupiter Theater, and Sandaway Discovery Center. And so these organizations have a lot of capital improvements that they're doing, and they went through the application process. There was a panel review process because we have to be accountable for these dollars. And so we spread that throughout, and it's a multi-year investment. And so I believe that's public information, but I could certainly point you in the right direction of like if you wanted to learn more details around that.
Awesome. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'll ask, let's see, are there any questions? I don't see any, but I have another question. With regards to the C1 grants, the organization has to be a 501c3. And you mentioned that's primarily for to support children's art. So do they have to be serving child clients?
No,
Or
I
can you
guess,
say a little bit more about that?
yes. So with our CAT C1, a lot of the programming goes towards children. And because the Cultural Council has kind of changed the way in which we serve the youth, through our AMBI program, we used to have very hands-on programming around that, but we wanted to kind of go in the direction of supporting professional artists and cultural orgs. But a way for organizations to still serve the youth, they can use this grant funding to support programming for that. But it's not limited to serving K through 12. Some of the programming that we've recently supported has been around cultural festivals. So there was recently a Caribbean Cultural Heritage Festival that happened out in Royal Palm not too long ago, and some of this funding went towards that. The Schoolhouse Children's Museum in Boynton Beach has funding to support their hero event that they have, which is like a huge production. And so this is the biggest criteria, I would say, is having your 501c3 status, but also this is like the beginning stages. So with an operating budget of 25,000, that sets the not the bar low, but the opportunity for operational support expands when that budget point is so low.
Awesome. I think that's an awesome program. Thank you so much for that answer.
Welcome.
Okay, team, we have about 3 more minutes for questions, and then we're going to share some updates from the chamber.
Trina has a raised hand, Keely.
Oh, I'm sorry. Trina, yes.
Hey, Alex, can you elaborate a little bit more about the BIPOC administrative program you have coming up?
Yeah, so this program again is to build a pipeline of professional arts administrators, a leadership pipeline. And so if this applicant administrator identifies as BIPOC, Black, Indigenous, person of color, they can apply for this program, and it will be a 10-month program of tailored sessions where we will have guest speakers coming in, or we will be going to them for them to learn different aspects of arts management. So the criteria of being an arts administrator would be working within a cultural organization, whether you're a curator at a museum or part of the grants department at the Norton, or doing individual giving development work, or you're on the marketing team at Arts Garage, like whatever it is, so long as you are employed by a cultural organization or earning a master's level or higher degree in arts administration, you qualify to apply for this program that's privately funded. This program will incorporate at least 2 private tours of cultural organizations. And through these tours, not only are they learning about different organizations, but they're getting in front of leadership there. We'll have an opening reception where we'll have, we're going to be very intentional about who is in the room for the opening reception, which I hope everyone comes to celebrate these esteemed individuals. But we've tapped different speakers for the sessions. We have a leadership component, so we have a tailored leadership, 2 tailored leadership sessions for them to further develop their leadership skills throughout the program. And I might be missing a few key points, but again, we were very intentional about making sure, okay, these are professionals, and this stems from research that has shown that BIPOC professionals in the arts and cultural sector who are in administrative positions either don't move up the leadership pipeline or leave the sector altogether. because they're not giving these opportunities, because there's a lack of mentorship, because there's a lack of networking, because there's a lack of professional development being offered to them. So we took these factors and said, okay, let's, take these factors, provide a solution for it, and have these chosen few go through this program and see where it leads. And that's the gist of it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're muted, Keely.
Okay, so we are, I'll take one more question before I turn it over to our team. So last call.
No question, just a comment. Wanted to let Alex know that she did a fantastic job in delivering that information, and we're truly grateful to have her.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. Well, I do want to acknowledge our team. So we have on the line Katrina Blackman, who is a business owner in her own right, but also serves as the compliance administrator for the Black Chamber. So hi, Katrina. And then we also have Tracy Thomas, also an accomplished business owner, and serves as the office and communications manager for the Black Chamber. So we are grateful for their support. You all met Joe a little bit earlier, who's our president, and I think I'm turning it over to Tracy to close us out.
Yes. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, so thank you for staying with us. Now we'd like to take a moment to spotlight an important upcoming event and acknowledge the continuous growth of our community. First, we are excited to announce the new and existing member orientation training, which is scheduled for June 18th. This will be at 6 o'clock, our new time, at our new location. This event is a fantastic opportunity for both new and existing members to deepen their engagement with our network, understand the full range of benefits available, and learn how to maximize their membership experience. This event is kindly sponsored by I Think Financial, who has been a steadfast supporter in enabling us to provide these valuable training sessions. For more information and to register for this event, you can visit our website, and it's up under the events tab for a new existing member orientation training on June the 18th. Okay, and save the date, August the 8th, we will have our Tri-County Black Business Month reception, and I would like to turn it over to our president to give us more information about that. So thank you for joining us today.
Hey, thanks, Tracy. I had to move to my phone because I had to jump to another meeting quite quickly. But yeah, so August, if you didn't know, August is National Black Business Month, where we celebrate Black businesses, entrepreneurs. And each year for the last couple of years, we've been doing a joint reception with the Miami-Dade Chamber, Black Chamber, and the Broward County Black Chamber. And this year, the Miami-Dade Chamber is hosting. It's going to be at the Lyric Theater, which is a historic Black theater in Miami. Brightline is giving us a special discount. It's going to be 30% off the ticket prices. So our goal is to join together, get on the same train together. I think it's at 3 o'clock on that day, and ride the train down there together. Enjoy a nice reception with our colleagues in Miami-Dade and Broward. So the Broward team will meet up with us on the train on the way down there in Fort Lauderdale. We'll enjoy this some time together in Miami, and then do the same thing on the way back. So I hope you can join us. It's a free event, other than the price of the ticket for Brightline. But please join us. It's a great way to meet colleagues, especially if you're looking to do business beyond Palm Beach County, down in Miami-Dade and Broward as well. So thanks for that, Tracy, for the opportunity.
Yeah, and that event is at 5:30. It starts at 5:30, so that will be on our our website soon. You'll be able to get more details and register and everything from the website. So those that are existing members, thank you for joining us today and thank you for your membership. For those that are not members, we welcome you to become a member. You can visit our website up under membership. There's a tab. You can get the breakdown of all of our membership levels and its benefits. If you have any questions, you can also email us at info@blackchamberpbc.com. And thank you for joining us today.
Awesome. Thank you to the Cultural Council, one of our partners. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great day.